Are you struggling to make sense of Tokyo Disney? Let's discuss. Welcome to Princess and Scoundrel, where we take you along our scrappily ever after, from Fantasyland to Tatooine and everything in between. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Steven.
And oh my goodness, I never thought I would be so overwhelmed by a Disney park.
Well, the question that you were asking, if you were having trouble to plan it, and then I thought you were going to say, so are we.
I mean, yes, absolutely.
I think that's what like the main idea behind this conversation is because we are so deep in planning for Tokyo, and that's in how many months?
5 months.
5 months. And like that's all we're getting all the feeds and all the
algorithm is algorithming.
It's everything. That is all we're thinking about in every sense of the way, like packing and what to pack, when to pack and
what to book and when to book and why to book and book it this way, not that way. And it's a lot. So just to kind of set the scene a little bit, it is 5 months before we are going to Tokyo. And I think a lot of people listening to this podcast are going to Tokyo in April for Star Wars Celebration, which is taking place in Tokyo, Japan from April 18th to the 20th. Now, I think a lot of people also have not been to Japan, and this is like the big time. You're like, well, now I have a reason, so let's go.
Well, and that's the big reason why we're struggling, because it's a first for us as well.
It's a first for us. And there are 2 Disney parks that we can check off of our like global Disney park list on this trip. And so we want to do that. But you know that Disney World and Disneyland here in the States, there's 2 parks here in the States and they are wildly different. But trying to book Tokyo Disneyland is, 1, there's a language barrier, but 2, like it is nothing like what you have here in the States.
Well, I think because like they're not technically owned by Disney.
They're
right?
not owned by Disney. So
I think that's another reason why it's just even that much more different than our normal, let me call and get a hotel type of thing, or book a hotel online type of thing.
All right, like, can you quote this for me? It's like, actually, I can't. So let's talk a little bit about some of the initial hurdles and the different ways that you can book a Tokyo Disney vacation or trip, let's say, because there's certain terminology. But at the time of this recording, we are recording this the day before vacation packages for Tokyo Disney go on sale.
Okay, so that's what I was about to say. I was like, I think we kind of planned it, and not really well, but also we did. Like, this is the whole point of it, because we want to make sure we get all this in posterity.
Yeah.
Like, just, okay, this is what we have.
This optimism that we have for booking tomorrow night.
And that's the other thing too, is like, we have never been, we don't know what we're doing. So this is like something that you could kind of like learn with us, make the mistakes with us.
Yeah.
But yes, vacation packages are supposed to be, or like describe what are vacation packages? Because we're saying it, but what is it?
Yeah. So hopefully I still have this smile on my face when this episode comes out, because like I said, we're recording this before vacation packages go on sale, but the episode won't be released until after they've gone on sale. So who knows what the next 24, 48 hours holds for us. But a vacation package is essentially a room and ticket package. They do it very different than they do here in the States. It's actually pretty similar to how they do at Disneyland Paris, if you've ever been to Disneyland Paris. But of course, they've changed the way that they're even doing their vacation packages now. But there is an option for a 1-night hotel stay that comes with 2 park tickets. So you basically get a park ticket for every day that you're there, including check-in and check-out date. So 1 night of hotel gets you 2 days of park ticket, 1 for each park. Or there is one option now for a 2-night hotel stay, which gets you into Disneyland 1 day and then 2 days at DisneySea. Now,
and DisneySea is the park with the new Fantasy Springs land within it.
Right.
So you, like, if you've watched videos, they talk about Fantasy Springs and it's within DisneySea.
Right.
Just to begin.
To set the scene.
Yeah.
And so.
And then all those vacation packages just changed like maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Right. Like barely a week ago, because Fantasy Springs is a brand new land that opened up in Tokyo DisneySea, like you said, this June of 2024. So for a while, instead of doing kind of how other parks, either Disney or Universal, have handled having like reservation systems or buying like early access or doing these different things to allow entry into the parks, one of the ways to guarantee it was to have a vacation package. And if you had a vacation package, you automatically got entry into Fantasy Springs. And there were some of them where you got entry into Fantasy Springs and you got unlimited rides on the 3, maybe 4 rides that are there, because the Tinkerbell's ride is kind of like, they kind of just do their own thing over there. But that ride, or that land has been open long enough that I believe the popularity of it, at least locally, is kind of waning. And so they've said, okay, it's enough. We don't need to still have a virtual queue for Guardians of the Galaxy years after it's opened. They've said it's been open long enough. So starting in April of 2025, we're no longer going to be offering any kind of paid access into Fantasy Springs. It's basically open for all at this point. So just like when Galaxy's Edge opened and there were reservations.
Oh, and because that was the thing too, is like if you did have a DisneySea, you weren't guaranteed entry into that Fantasy Springs land.
Right. It was kind of like a lottery system to get a reservation. Yeah.
And when does that start?
All of the Fantasy Springs access, like different ways to access, go away April 1st.
Okay, so it's April 1st.
April 1st, which of course we're all going to Tokyo in April. So they've completely changed vacation packages. There used to be many options that were either what they call a 2-day package, which is 1 night, or a 3-day package, which is 2 nights. And now they have truncated all of that down to just 4 different types of packages. My
biggest thing, because we had talked to friends that have gone, and they were suggesting not getting the package. Yep. Because it wasn't helpful or wasn't useful for them.
Right.
And I was kind of like on my soapbox of like, why? Like, why is it not helpful? And they broke it down and kind of said, you can get the tickets, get a hotel, get a Disney hotel, so you get automatic access to. And this is kind of like we'll get into, we'll get all the other stuff, but you could get access to the Disney hotels, then buy your tickets, and then you could buy the premium passes for the rides that you want.
So basically, instead of getting all of it in one package, you just you do it a la carte, and it's cheaper because there were some things in the package that you get way cheaper. There are some things in the package that you get that you can't get any other way, like swag and popcorn buckets.
But it's like the little totes, the Disney branded vacation package totes. So it's not like it's
not like amazing stuff, but because you also have like there's some stuff that come with it that can help justify it. It makes it easier. The fact that it makes it easier means that it's going to be marked up at a premium, right? So it's a very interesting way to do things. And like you mentioned before, Tokyo Disney Resort in total is not owned and operated by Disney. So it is a company called Oriental Land Company that owns and operates the Tokyo parks and their resorts. And I want to put this out there because this is a question that I've personally gotten a lot, is like, can you help me book these packages? Because I can book Disneyland Paris, I can book Walt Disney World and Disneyland, but Oriental Land Company is not set up to work with travel agents. And so there's truly no avenue for us to do that.
Or not in the same sense that Disney World and Disneyland. I think you were saying that you're able to, as long as
there's a lot of legalities that go into it. So just for the sake of simplicity, I'm not allowed to help people. But that's kind of why we wanted to have this conversation too, is because I can't help people book it directly, but we've been doing a lot of research on it. And so we're like, well, we might as well have a conversation, because we've struggled to find like one place where all of this stuff exists and like help us make sense of it. Yeah. And so being able to take all of this information and digest it and then spit it back out in a way that makes sense to us as like frequenters of the domestic parks. Hopefully that helps somebody.
Hopefully, one person.
One
Just let me know if
person.
it helps you. But I think this could be like a 3-part series, because we're gonna do it like now, maybe right before, kind of like, okay, these are things that changed right before,
Yeah.
and then a post, like, was this worth it? Was this not worth it? Type of thing. So I think this conversation will keep kind of going for
Right.
now.
Yeah. So going back to the vacation packages. So let's talk about, and I have my notes in front of me because there's a lot to it.
Well,
so I want to make sure I don't get it.
But I think
wrong.
before we get, are you still talking about vacation packages?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the biggest thing that I was like, why? It is that you're able to book that 5 months ahead.
Yep. So this is the earliest thing that you can book for Tokyo Disney resorts is a vacation package. Hotels come next, and then tickets come after that at certain times.
Like individual hotel.
Right. Individual hotels and individual like park tickets and everything. Those come later. So if you really want to get a jump on it and like, early bird gets the worm, it's vacation packages. Now, they don't have vacation packages for all of the hotels or all of the room types in all of the hotels. So that's something to keep in mind. The other thing is because Fantasy Springs just opened, they actually opened a whole new hotel with Fantasy Springs that's on the backside of the Tokyo DisneySea park. And actually has access to like an entrance into the back of the park. But it's a whole thing. Okay, so Tokyo Disney Resort packages. All of the packages, like I said, they've all now truncated down into 4 packages, but all of them get at least one breakfast, at least one day in each park, because there's 2 parks there. There's Disneyland, there's DisneySea, Land and Sea. You get happy entry, which sounds crazy, and maybe we'll get into that a little bit later, but it's 15 minutes into the park before anybody else. Like here in the States, sometimes it's 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, but 15 minutes. And it actually is pretty crucial to have that. You get a popcorn bucket. You get a beverage ticket, which means you
Is it a bucket or is it just like a...
Some say it's like a bucket. Some say it's like a bag that you can put your popcorn bucket in or like box in or something. I think it changes. Yeah. But it doesn't have popcorn in it. It's just
the box.
And a beverage ticket so you can go and get like whatever sodas and teas you want throughout the day. And then your choice of the vacation package branded swag. So it's like a blanket, a tote.
So now like let's go through each of those that we've learned. Mm-hmm. The breakfast, it may not be something that you want because the big thing with Tokyo Disney is you want to get there as soon as possible.
Right.
That's what we've learned.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you have that option of eating the breakfast, but you want to be in the park starting to do, get in there, get rides and do the premier passes and scheduling and stuff like that. Right. But we're ticking that. Like, here's the stuff that we learned.
Yeah. So breakfast to me, like, great, but necessary? I don't know.
Yeah. The happy entry, that is a big thing.
But you get that at any hotel stay. You get happy entry.
Yeah. So that's good. The popcorn bucket, it's like neither here or there. I think it's, again, like a novelty thing.
Right.
The beverage ticket.
Kind of dope.
It's nice, but I was reading that those lines end up being longer because everybody's going to those drinks. So if you're really wanting, a specific soda or something, then that's where, or like whatever, like the drinks that they like, it's very limited and it's going to be a longer line.
But can you imagine going all the way to the Tokyo parks and you're spending more time in line waiting for like a soda than you are for the rides? Like, I really need this Coke. And then the vacation package swag. I mean, it's nice. Everybody loves free merch, but neither here nor there.
But I think, again, it kind of goes back to the biggest thing is you could get the packages now as opposed to in 2 months.
So those are what all of the packages have in common. Now, there are 4 different packages that also come with additional benefits. So we'll run through those and we'll talk about pros and cons of those. The first one is a 2-day, so meaning a 1 night, which is called Enjoy Lots of Attractions. I love the way they name that's the name of the package, is Enjoy Lots of Attractions 2-day. And from what I can tell, and I'm Americanizing the terms, but you get 1 fast pass per park per day. So you only get to like cut the line for one attraction, be it a ride, be it a show, be it whatever it is, per day. That's it. So that's like the most basic of packages. It
But I
says-
mean, that means you get to ride every single ride at least once.
no.
No? Or you
One,
get one?
fast pass
Oh,
for the
okay.
day. One ride.
Oh, okay.
I went back and I checked this because I was like, that doesn't seem like it's worth it. But okay, maybe it's a very cheaply priced vacation package, right? It's better than what we have for free here.
Well, yeah.
So we will hold judgment. The second one is enjoy unlimited rides on eligible attractions. Now this one,
Okay, so this is the one I'm thinking of.
this is the one. Did you also know? You also get unlimited popcorn and unlimited churros in this package.
That's a weird one.
But that's exciting. Free Coke, free popcorn, free churros.
So you just get
But
fed
you
all
wait
day.
for yeah. I mean, it's the dream. That's the dream park day, in my opinion. Skip the breakfast. You get a one-time fast pass for a single Fantasy Springs ride of your choice. And I believe you have to select your return time whenever you're booking the package. That's the other interesting thing. If you have not gone through the like trial of trying to book a vacation package, it's kooky because you have to pick everything. Like you have to know like how many people are going, if your kids are, what ages they are, and if they're willing to bed share or if they need their own bed, because that depends on what room they'll put you in, what hotel and what room type you want to stay in, which again, that's pretty standard. But then you have to pick like, where do you want to eat breakfast and at what time do you want to eat breakfast on that day? And then you have to pick your return times for the rides.
Ahead of
time.
Yeah. So you're like, all right, we
Like-
said we're going to be there at 9. We got to wake up.
But you have to pick your fast. I mean, we're 5 months out. You have to pick your fast. I mean, I guess that's like how it used to be.
Yeah.
But it's just before you even put in a credit card, you're doing all of this.
Yeah.
Wild. Anyway. So you get a one-time fast pass for a single Fantasy Springs ride, and then you get a special attraction ticket to visit eligible attractions in each park, unlimited. So I believe I don't have it like in front of me, but I think there's like anywhere from maybe 6 to 10 attractions in each of the parks.
So is
you
it
can
handled
go.
like a Premier Pass type of thing? Or is it like all of them, you're Premier Passing all of them?
Premier passing all of them. So it would be like the newly rolled out. Is it Premier Pass here? They're all so close
No.
to one another. I think it's Premier Pass here in the States
The
that they
newest
just rolled
one.
out, the newest one, which is basically like the Express, the Unlimited, whatever.
But they only get it once.
Oh yeah. Okay, so fair enough. It's not like that at all. Scratch all of that from your memory. But it's like Universal's Express Pass.
Yeah.
You just go to you go to the shorter line each time. You just show up. You don't have to pre-book those. The Fantasy Springs one you do. This special ticket, unlimited rides, unlimited times, that's you just
And
show up.
we'll talk about Premier Pass a little bit later.
Yes.
More? Okay.
Yes. Okay, now that seems like the dopest one. Let me
Yeah.
explain the other two and you'll see why.
And that's only 2 days. That's only one Disneyland park, one DisneySea.
Yes.
So
Correct. The last 2-day hotel package option is enjoy dinner at Tokyo DisneySea Hotel Miracosta. I don't know. Everybody says it different. Which again is a 2-day, so 1 night hotel stay. That's a stay at the Miracosta, and you get dinner there. That's it.
that's pretty decent, I think.
Maybe like a nice little romantic getaway type thing. That would be fun. Okay, that's it. Moving on. And then those are the 3 options that you have for a 1-night hotel stay, getting to visit each park. There is one package for a 3-day, which means you get a hotel stay for 2 nights. You get 1 day at Disneyland and 2 days at DisneySea. You get a meet and greet pass, like a priority, like a fast pass to go meet Mickey or Minnie. One of you pick. Who's your favorite? And then you get 2 fast passes, which you have to select ahead of time for Disneyland. And then you get 5 fast passes for DisneySea.
So it's a little bit more limited, but
It's
you
a
also
little more
get that
limited.
meet and greet in there. Now
and
the
you get the 3 days of park tickets.
the other part of it is the happy entry.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get happy entry on that first day because you can't check in until whatever time.
Right.
So that's going to be something to like consider if you're only getting the 1-day package. You got to figure out a way to get to the park before checking in.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, right? And are you able to check in later in the evening?
You can check in, but I don't think they grant you the happy entry on your
first
day. Like you could get there at park opening if you wanted to. You can go drop your luggage at the hotel and then go get there for park opening, but I don't believe you get the happy entry. And the benefit of happy entry, because we've been talking about it a lot, is you get into the park 15 minutes beforehand. And because there are these other like premier passes and standby passes and all these like different ways to cut the line, it's similar to Disneyland in that you can't book any of those ahead of time. You have to be in the park to book them. You have to have scanned your ticket and be in the park. So that's why that 15 minutes is really good, because you can get in, you can grab your first couple, and then you can go get in line.
And then that's where we see all the videos of everybody, like them just sitting in line waiting for the parks to open. Yeah. And I think happy entry, like if you're staying in the resorts, you have a different entrance, right? Or a different gate.
Yeah, you do. So that's it. Those are all the packages. I think there are pros and cons to them. I think, like you said, you get to book them early. I think the one that has the unlimited rides really is going to be the one that people want to go for, just because you get so much more benefit out of it.
But again, I think
it may be priced a lot higher too.
Yeah.
And you can purchase all of those things separately and it'll probably be cheaper.
Except for the unlimited rides.
Except for the unlimited rides. Right.
So
you can pay for each of the rides, but are you really going to go and ride like?
And again, this is like the last conversation we had about the Premier Pass is like, this is where I would feel comfortable splurging to get this,
because we don't frequent these parks and we probably won't go back for quite some time.
Yeah.
So look at us. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
But I again, the advice that we're given, and I think it was good advice, right? Just like, hey, don't freak out too much if you don't get the vacation package. And I think that's the sentiment that I have now is I'm not going to worry. Like if we could get it, great. We're not going to, it's less stress going over there. However, if we don't get it, I think we're going to manage.
Right.
We'll be able to manage because there's like other options.
There are other options.
This is like, okay, this is the top option. Option number 2.
Way to tee it up, man. That was a primo segue right there. So what are our other options, Stephen? All right, so let's talk ticketing next, because we've been talking about Premier Pass and Priority Access and all of these different things. So let's kind of get through the lingo, and then we can go on to the hotels at the end. So ticketing types. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
1 day, 1 park tickets. That's it. That's all there is. By the time we're going in April. That said, there are Fantasy Springs passports, magic passports, and there used to be 2-day and 3-day and 4-day passports to like multi-day tickets. With the shutdown and all of the stuff that happened, they did away with a lot of that. And now the only option is a 1 day, 1 park ticket. There is no park hopping between the two, even though they're next to each other. There's no hopping. So if you want to really do them, you could buy a ticket to each of them. But I don't know why you would do that. So the way that the vacation package is laid out, I think is actually pretty smart.
Because that's, again, the biggest draw for us was that you could get that 5 months ahead, because the tickets you can't get until
2 months ahead.
2 months ahead. Okay.
2 months ahead. And here's the kicker with all of these. When we talk about vacation packages, when we talk about the tickets, when we talk about the Disney hotels, they all go on sale at different times on certain days in a time that is convenient for Tokyo. So for the vacation packages, we said that tomorrow night the vacation packages will go on sale here in the States. They go on sale at 11 a.m. No. Sorry. They go on sale at 3 a.m. Tokyo time. We just had daylight savings here, thankfully, which means that for us, it's midnight. But for East Coasters, it's 1 a.m. that you can get in the queue, which could take hours to then go get these vacation packages. And they sell out instantly. They're incredibly popular. Even though, the pros of them may not be that great, they're incredibly popular. They sell it really fast. And you can book Fantasy Springs, some of the rooms at Fantasy Springs and those vacation packages, but they go so fast that it's like, I'm out on that one. Yeah. But yeah, so just, you're going to be up at weird hours of the night trying to get all of these different things. So like clear your calendar, take a nap, figure it out.
It's going to be like a very much Armageddon type of thing where everybody's calling at once or everybody's online trying to get it at once.
Yeah, because you book it online. So for tickets, those go on sale 2 months in advance to the date that you want to buy them at 2 p.m. Japan Standard Time, which I don't know the math on that one. Well, it would be an hour earlier, so it would be like 11 p.m. here, right?
Central.
Yes, Central.
I'm nodding my head because I'm not going to do that math right now.
Yeah,
And,
know.
and we didn't pre-plan that
we
math.
Didn't. I wrote them in Japanese in Japan time. So the tickets, like I said, it's 1 day ticket. So that means if you want 3 days of tickets, you have to, if you really want to get them right when they go on sale, you're having to get on late at night each day that you want those tickets to buy them. Now, there are third-party places that you can buy them from. Like we have access to we do have access to vendors that we can get tickets from. I'm not too worried about the ticket aspect of it. But still, when it's like, this is a once in a lifetime trip that you're going on, like you really want to maximize it.
Yeah. Well, I think just too, like securing it to make sure like, okay, it's all done, right? We got everything settled before, like not just winging it type of thing.
Right. So yeah, so that's the ticketing. Now, once you get in, and you cannot buy any of the stuff ahead of time unless you have a vacation package, you have 3 different options for enjoying the attractions. One of them is Premier Access, which is essentially an individual lightning lane. It's a paid fast pass where if you want to go ride the Beauty and the Beast ride, which is a really popular ride, you can pay anywhere from, I believe the conversion rate equates to like $10 to $15 per person to go ride that. Now, the difference is that you can ride it multiple times. So once you
shell out that.
Yeah,
shell out that yen.
They'll take it. So once you've ridden it, if there's still times to go grab, you can grab it again, right? Yeah. Or there's like a 120-minute rule. It's weird. It's
no. How, like the 120 rule is for like the free standby line one, isn't it?
Oh, maybe it's 60 minutes. There's some kind of weird rule about like the paid ones too. I think. I don't remember. Fine print that, please, somebody. There's also, which I don't really know the difference, except maybe that it's the different attractions between these two. But there is a 40th anniversary priority pass, and there's a very few select rides that you can go reserve a return time for free. So like a free fast pass. But then there's also standby pass. So you can get, and it's free. You can go and get return times for free for certain rides.
And that's why everybody wants to get in early, because you get your first one scheduled.
You get your paid one, you get your free one before the masses come in.
Yeah.
So that's the real benefit of Happy Entry. So yeah, that's tickets. The tickets themselves are pretty easy. Let's move to the Disney hotels.
Okay.
Because there's a lot more of those. So I believe there are, let me count them up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6. I thought there was 7, but I think there's only 6 Disney owned and operated, or well, not Disney owned and operated, Tokyo Disney owned and operated hotels. There's the fancy new one, which is the Fantasy Springs Hotel that just opened up, which is like impossible to book into. It's a nice like deluxe level hotel. It, like I said, it's on the backside of DisneySea, and you have your own entrance into DisneySea. I would love it. It's beautiful, but fat chance. Good luck. I think the next one that people really vie for is the Miracosta. That's the one that's at the front of Tokyo DisneySea.
Okay.
So there are certain rooms where you can overlook the park, which is a wild thought. Like here at Disney, the closest you can get is like
contemporary.
I think I see Space Mountain. Well, there's the castle way out there, but like this is like the front of the park. No
crazy.
Monorail needed. That one's a really nice one. Then there's also Tokyo Disneyland Hotel, which, as the name would imply, sits at the front of Tokyo Disneyland Park. That one, keep an eye on that if that's the park that, or the hotel that you're really wanting to book. It's a gorgeous one, but I believe it is going to be closed like right after, like in the days after celebration. So keep that in mind. Those are the kind of the deluxe ones. Then you move into a moderate level, which is the Toy Story Hotel. That one you do have to take the monorail to get to either of the parks. There's the Ambassador Hotel, which looks like you could walk to DisneySea maybe. But it's kind of a way. And then there's one that's like not in the bay itself. It's kind of like a hop, skip, and a jump away, which is called Celebration. So,
and the monorail is public transportation. So it's not a Disney monorail. It's just a city monorail.
Yeah, even though it's got the cute like Mickey handles and everything. Yeah, it's actually like part of their public transportation. So the Disney hotels, those go on sale 4 months before you want to go. And again, it's 4 months from the check-in date. So with the vacation packages, because I don't think we covered this, with the vacation packages, they release 1 full month at a time in one big go. So at the end of every month, they put out an announcement and they say, hear ye, hear ye. Vacation packages will be going on sale at this date at this time for this date range. So for the month of April, this is the date. This is
November.
November 6th or 7th, whatever it is, at this time. So then you wait the next month and you go on and on and on for tickets.
And you could continue to purchase vacation packages throughout that time, right?
Yeah,
like if they're available.
Yeah, if they're available. So like I've been going and looking at vacation packages for March, just so I can see what it's like because oh my gosh,
very limited.
It's
at that.
They're there. They don't sell out
they're
instantly.
the really nice hotels.
The really nice ones are like the really not like, but even then they're still really nice. But like, yeah, it's none of the stuff in the middle. And you could book back-to-back packages if you really wanted to, and if you have the means to do that, man. But I don't know that would be worth it because you get it check-in and check-out days, so then you would like overlap a little.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, the hotels go on sale 4 months before this is the one that's 11 a.m. So it's earlier in our day, thankfully, earlier in our evening. But again, it's to the day. So their website, their infrastructure to support this website must be amazing because they have people flooding to their website every single day, multiple times a day to try to buy either a hotel or a ticket. And then once a month, they also have an influx of people trying to buy vacation packages. Then the site is often down for maintenance between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Japan time, which is like our afternoon here. It's like my peak time for like trying to do research. So it's interesting. But yeah, so there's.
And then with the hotels, you get like almost a guaranteed park ticket.
Great point. Yeah. So you get two things with the hotels.
Because that's the other thing with, I think, the park tickets, because they go 2 months, like you may not be able to get park tickets for the day that you want.
Right. So you get two things if you're staying at the Disney hotel, which is the happy entry. You automatically get that included. And then you are guaranteed tickets to the park. So you could roll up to the hotel the day that you check in and be like, I need to buy park tickets for this, this, and this. Even if the parks are sold out and they're at capacity, they guarantee if you're staying at a Disney hotel that you will get tickets. So that's like a huge benefit, I think.
Yeah. Well, that, and then again, with the vacation packages, you're only getting the 1 day or maybe to 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to figure out, okay, how do I navigate bringing all my stuff to check in, getting to the park and doing a full day of the park, sleeping and then waking up, happy entry for the night. Like it's very like go, like nonstop. Whereas this other option is like, all right, let me get a couple days. I check in, maybe go to the park, half a day, and then the next day hit it. And I think that's why we were kind of like, okay, like we're calm, we're better, right? We're better. We're not. I need the vacation package. Like it's required. It's no, we could do this option and make it work for us. It just, there's some little niceties about that vacation package that we're like, I think I want that.
Yeah, let's splurge a little bit. It's like Star Cruiser. This is a once in a lifetime trip we're taking. Not for real though. With those flight prices, this is a once in a lifetime trip. So there is one other option for.
And oh man, we're gonna talk about that for sure afterwards. Guarantee. I'm pointing out there is this price. Everybody says it's so cheap, and we can't even get over there because it was like it's crazy expensive.
We're gonna buy one plane ticket and we're all gonna sit on each other's laps and take turns being the one on top. Okay, so there's one other option for staying near the Disney resorts, which is they have they're like good neighbor hotels. So they have some hotels that are still in Tokyo Bay where the parks and the other hotels are, that are along the monorail as well, that you can stay at. Like,
Which are like really close.
really close. And we're actually booked at one of those right now. We have like a backup. So you don't get happy entry and you don't get guaranteed park tickets. So if we don't get a vacation package and we decide to just stick it out at the hotel that we're at, we have to then go get park tickets when they go on sale.
Yeah.
So I think what we should do, because at this point, like, once this comes out, who knows? Like, we may have a package, we may not.
Yeah.
So I think we should say what our strategy is for tackling Tokyo Disney.
And it may be the right one. It may not be.
Our sweet,
this
naive
is
approach to tackling this. And then put it out there and see what other people are planning on. And I don't think we're heading in the wrong direction. I think we're being fairly smart about it. Maybe not financially, but we're being fairly smart about it. So our goal, how many, well, let me ask this, because we don't really have a full plan. How many days do you want to do the parks?
I feel like if we are able to get a vacation package, I think the 2 days would be sufficient. However, if we don't, then I would want to like basically like ramp it down and say like we need at least 3 or 4 days. Like that way we could just do 2 days at Disneyland and then two days at DisneySea.
Okay, that's fair. I think we're mostly aligned.
Yeah.
So we have a backup hotel booked already. So worst comes to worst, we get tickets. But our goal is to try to get a vacation package, I believe, for the first 2 days that we're in that area. So we can do Disneyland the first day, stay in a Disney hotel, and then do DisneySea the next day. And then our goal is to move to the backup hotel that we have booked already. And if we feel that we need to buy tickets, we probably will buy tickets because they're so cheap anyway, then we can just buy another day.
They're so cheap anyways.
Compared to domestic parks?
And then buying those premier passes. Okay. They're real cheap.
You tap. It's in the app, so it's not
that
real
doesn't cost
money.
anything.
It's not real money. I think we should do 3 days. I really want to do, I've heard so many good things. People rave about Tokyo DisneySea being the absolute best Disney park in the world. And so I feel like we need 2 days there. We could probably get Disneyland done in 1 day because there's so much overlap, right? And yes, we know like it's different, but I think 2 days at DisneySea is like
what you're wanting.
What I'm really wanting. So I'm hoping that we can get a 1 night, 2 park day vacation package for the beginning of that part of our stay. And then we can tack on 1 day of like an extra park day at DisneySea.
Okay.
That's my goal.
We'll see.
We
are declaring that now, but we will see.
I will also try possibly to book whatever hotel we get, and our goal is to book the Miracosta in our vacation package and have one of the rooms that overlooks the park. But I'm also not like married to that. Like it's cool, but if I'm really maximizing my time in the park, like that room is for sleeping and sleeping only. So I'm not too worried about that, but it would also be nice to have the 1 night vacation package, say we're at the Miracosta, and then book the same room type for the next night, so that way we get happy entry and we can basically just stay in the room.
Okay, so that's another question
again.
Is can you, if you have a vacation package, can you extend it another day once the hotel rooms start opening up?
Yeah, so you're not technically extending the vacation package, but you can book a hotel and then you can tell them like, hey, I have the same room type, can we just like extend this out? Because the hotels can be booked for anywhere from 1 night to I believe up to 5 nights.
Okay.
So I think I'm pretty sure you can do that. And even if you're at different hotels, like if you book the Miracosta in your package, but you want to go stay at Tokyo Disneyland Hotel the next night, I believe they'll move your luggage from room to room for you as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. At least from hotel to hotel, but I'm pretty sure room to room for you. So even if you did have
But that's an option too then. We could go from just vacation package to
just
another hotel.
I kind of want to do that. Maybe.
we'll see.
Keeping our options open. We'll see. All I know is that we are excited about going to Japan in general. There's so much that we want to do. This is like one of the components, but there's so much that's going into like, these hotels are opening up at this time for this thing that we want to do over here. And then there's dinner reservations and there's these tickets and there's that. And then I think Celebration we pretty much have on lock now. So that one we're like, okay, we can put that one to bed. Now we focus on this chunk. Then we focus on this chunk. So just for this little piece of it, I'm so jacked. This is like the one thing that I really want to do when we're in Tokyo. So that's why I'm like, I mean, we can do 4 days. We don't need to sleep. It's fine.
Well, I mean, again, I think if you could get it scheduled right, like it's, that's where we can spend our time.
Yeah. So wishful thinking. We are very optimistic in our baby plans as first timers to Tokyo Disney. Yeah. So I guess let us know. Like, please going?
Let us know.
What plan of attack do you have for tackling this? Have you considered it? Do you have backups booked? Like, reassure us that we're on the right path.
Or are we overthinking it?
Yes, absolutely we are. That's a definite.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you next time.